I just wanted to take a moment today to share with you what it's like attending my lighting workshops. But first I want to tell you why it is that I teach the workshops. And the reason is that I had to learn almost everything that I've learned about lighting through trial and error. And I didn't have a mentor to help me sort of zoom through all of the years of experimentation that I had to go through. And so I want to help you get past a lot of that stuff so that you can move on and take your lighting to the next level and achieve those artistic endeavors that you want to achieve and find success in your career. Since 2018, I've taught workshops to photographers all over the United States, and I've helped them build their lighting skills, and I've also helped them through that improve their business. So the way that my workshops start off is the first 30 minutes, we just get to know each other. We have coffee, maybe we have some snacks, and we find out sort of everyone's interests and what they would like to achieve with their lighting. That sort of helps me decide how I'm going to form the rest of the day, or at least the afternoon of the day. So the next thing I do is I sit down and I talk to everyone about how I got interested in lighting, how I progressed in my career, how I built my skill level up over time, so that maybe it could be an example for how they could do it as well. And I talk about how I do test shoots with models or people that I find online in order to build my skill level every week. And so I go over that process and some good strategies for that. Then we start talking about lighting, and I talk about what each modifier does and how it affects the image. And the reason for that is I want people to understand that if they look at an inspiration image, they could probably start to decipher which modifier was used for what purpose, and then they could figure out how to recreate that light on their own. Then we start talking about three-point lighting, and I do a demonstration where I take one light and I take a V-flat and maybe some bounce cards, and I show and demonstrate the concept of a main light, a fill source, a kicker, and also flagging. And once we've got those general principles down, we move on to doing our first multiple lighting setup. And we get everything set because we're going to use this setup on a model. We get everything set and refined, and then we go to lunch. And then we take a little break. When we come back from lunch, there will be a professional model there, and we will start working with them for about 4 or 5 hours in order to recreate some of my best lighting setups, and so that I can share and help everyone learn how to do those and help them sort of do the types of setups that they need to do. So if I go to a city where I know there's a lot of headshots, then we do a lot of headshot lighting setups. If I go to a city where I know there's a lot more lifestyle business, then we do things that are more lifestyle oriented. So that's generally the philosophy. So we'll do about 5 to 7 setups. And what happens is I show a diagram and a BTS photo and a description of how to make it. And I get the entire class to help me move around the modifiers and get them into the right places. Then we start testing the light and making sure that we've got the right level for each light. And we talk about why a certain light should be at a certain brightness, and we can see in real time how that looks if we change the light or move the light and that sort of thing. Because really, this is about teaching the general principles and fundamentals, maybe more so than it is how to do this exact lighting setup. But you will learn both through the course of the day. And then once I have the lighting refined, I go ahead and take some photos with the model till I get a good one. I don't usually shoot a lot. And then I turn it over to the students. And the attendees take photos with the model with their camera. And then we move on to the next setup. That way, you'll learn how to do the lighting, and you'll also learn the principles behind doing the lighting, and you'll also end up with images for your portfolio, all of which I think are really important. Then after we've done about 5 or so setups, we will go over the better photos that I've taken during the day. I'll edit down my photos to about 30 or so, and then I'll go over them with the attendees, and we'll talk about why one photo is better than another photo, and then we'll cull them or whittle them down until we get the final selects for the day. And then from that, we'll select pictures that I will retouch in real time to demonstrate how I do that in Capture One and in Photoshop. I'm also familiar with Lightroom. I used to use Lightroom before I went to Capture One, so I can help out with that as well. And then once we're all finished and packed up, we can go to dinner. You don't have to come along, but it is usually a good, fun activity, and I love making new friends in new cities, so I hope that you're able to first attend the workshop and then also to come to dinner afterwards. If you're interested in finding out more information, just go to johngress.com/lightingworkshops, and I will see you soon.